yeah, since this match, I don't know if they're gonna really try to go for the win or not here.
Yeah, so hopefully we see some experimentation and some fun. We should head right into our map picks to figure out what Central is exactly thinking here.
Yep.
So, do you think we'll probably see Corrode again?
We have seen it every single game so far, so I think we will. That's my prediction.
Yeah, it seems like we're having a lot of fun playing it, and we are getting better at it, so I guess that is one way to improve.
Hmm.
So, we're going to see the Haven ban, which we did actually get to see a little bit of gameplay on this season.
Hmm.
CMU is probably going to go for their normal permabans and things like that, so hopefully we get to see a decider, because we also haven't got to see that either. The
Yeah,
third
we've
map.
only ever been to map. All right, looks like we're finally gonna find out what map we're gonna play.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna ban Breeze. That's pretty. So it
Oh,
looks like Akron is going to choose Abyss,
interesting.
and CMU is maybe gonna pick Road.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Oh,
there we go.
okay.
There it goes. So it looks like CMU's attack on Abyss, and we're gonna be attack on Road as well.
Alright.
I believe that we did a lot better on attack, just in terms of performance across all
Yeah.
maps. So hopefully that'll be to our benefit. And then our designer will be Bind,
Okay.
which we've had a little bit of experience on,
Hmm.
and No Pearl. So
Yeah.
those are our map.
Really
Nothing too
interested to.
crazy.
Yeah, really interested to see Abyss since we haven't seen it yet, and we did not see it a lot last season. So
Hmm.
definitely interesting to see how CMU will navigate through that map.
Yeah, it's definitely not a take that's popular, especially since you have Pearl and Haven, which have been in the map pool a lot more and a lot more understood. But
Hmm.
it could be that Akron is kind of taking advantage of that, because Abyss isn't the oldest, but it's also not the newest either. So
Hmm.
I guess there's some things that can still be figured out here
Yeah.
and there regarding that.
Yeah, definitely. And I am interested to see what Akron has up their sleeve for this as well. Maybe they're really comfortable on this map, so that'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it looks like we are just waiting for the game right now. So
Mhm.
once we get that figured out, we will go ahead and start. So for now, we'll be taking a break.
Yeah, see you in a second. Okay, we're back. Very short break, but they are loading in, so we're about to start.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna go into typical agents that we have seen, but we usually see BeefStroganoff on an initiator, but we've never seen him play Tejo before
Hmm.
specifically. Or okay, we're still hovering here,
Yeah,
so
maybe
no
we don't know what
definitive
we're.
picks yet.
Yeah, I do know that Beef Stroganoff played a lot of Tejo in the off season. Um, So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I do hope we see them play some of those other agents we haven't seen yet in a while. Like it looks like we might have Vito. Um, so that'll be cool too. Yeah, a lot of new
Yeah.
agents that we haven't quite seen.
I'm pretty sure. Honestly surprised that we haven't seen Vito sooner, because from what I understand, he's a really good counter play to a lot of utility.
Hmm.
Because Valorant is about utility, so if you can kind of counter that, then it kind of leaves it just up to gunplay, which is probably more favorable for Akron because they'll have more experience mechanically and stuff like that. So it might be favorable to push 1v1s where they can maybe get the upper hand against CMU. So I understand the veto pick there.
Yeah, and it looks like CMU more sticking to their normal agents, which was totally fair. So we're gonna see some good work from that too. And they are going straight into their pistol round, so we're about to see what happens.
Yeah, so we're gonna sneeze Astra again on these like really big maps because it just makes it easier to be able to smoke the entire map whenever you need to. And we've seen Bimmel kind of float around on these support agents, so I don't think we'll have any issue there.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like you trying to play pretty together right now. Again, we are unattacking, so I'm trying to go into sight here. It looks like we're
gonna see 2 picks from Akron. BeefStroganoff almost able to recover from that though. We're a little bit more spread out than I would have liked for the attack, but I understand kind of trying to figure things out. I just kind of wish maybe the lurks were together there.
yeah, definitely. It looks like CMU trying to recover with only 3 of them left.
It looks like Akron is not having eyes on the spike right now. They're just kind of leaving it and letting CMU grab it again, which is definitely questionable.
Yeah. Interesting approach, but
It looks like they're very reluctant to move. Unfortunately, Stroganoff getting picked off, and it just leaves Bannable.
yeah.
He's gonna get smoked out there, and then Akron's gonna clean up that pistol round.
Alright. Yeah. Really interesting. Kind of just like a lot of slowly getting picked off from Central in this first round. We do know that Central sometimes struggles with pistol rounds, and I'm sure Akron is quite good at these, so kind of hard to match it up here. But yeah, going in, we will have the worst economy here, so it's gonna be a struggle. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of that similar mid push that we saw on Corrode from Central on their eco rounds. Not super favorable because of the long angles, but if they keep pushing really fast, it's possible that they could get something out of it. Akron's gonna use some insane map knowledge there to get to.
That was crazy there.
Right here.
Yeah, Akron is very good at picking you off, and you can see how comfortable they were with that gun as well.
Yeah, so that's gonna leave around 3 players there, and it's gonna be really easy because we do not have, you know, shield, so that gun is able to one-tap us no matter what. Looks like Bimmel kind of forfeited there.
Yeah.
Just to end the round early.
Yeah, and also with our lower economy, we can't really take those long angles that well. And a lot of this map is those longer angles, so kind of put us in a weird spot here. But now our economy should be a little bit better, more of an even fight. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna see Akron force an operator here, which is gonna be really detrimental because, as you stated, there are a lot of long angles on this map. So Central should probably try their best to not dry peek. They do have Yoru, they do have flashes, they have Soba, so we should be really not conservative about using our utility.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that will be the only thing to really slow Akron down here.
Bimmel has to be extremely careful about how he peeks these. There's a lot more experience and things going into these battles, so Bannable, you know, it may be up to use for Central to kind of be spontaneous, like we've said in the past, because just playing unpredictably goes against their playbook. But thankfully, Bannable was able to kind of peek that in the best way possible against these operators.
Yeah, and I love how CMU is playing this really slow. I think that's the only thing you really can do here with such oppressive guns. But yeah, now trying to rush onto site, and unfortunately we are quite struggling here.
Good entry by Cloud there. That is one counter to these operators and things everywhere, is just the movement on Waylay. And so we should see a lot more utilization of first strength here. Bimmel able to get one that puts him in a 1v1 against the other Astra.
Wow.
Doesn't seem like she really knows where he could be. And Bimmel's holding this really tight angle, so he doesn't lose much here.
Oh, wow. That Astra from Akron's side, able to almost predict the angle. Really interesting to see how well they their map knowledge is here.
Yeah, given a different gun, it could have been a different story, because Bimmel did get 3 kills there. Like, the divide is not as big as it may seem in terms of gameplay and gunplay. So, you know, we always see that from Bimmel, though, is he has great technical skills, so it could be beneficial to kind of set him up in more scenarios like that, and especially feeding him those alt points to get him the Astra ult would be really great, especially for attacking.
Yeah, definitely, and it does show that us going against such a high-ranked team, that we still definitely have a chance to win some of these rounds and show our technical skills as well.
Yeah, it looks like when given the typical loadout that we can still make things happen. It's just a little bit of a struggle. And not sure what Akron is doing here, just going in, guns a-blazing. We're going to see that waylay utility, and that's just going to push him back a little bit.
Yeah, that's really interesting Akron's strategy. They do seem to be very confident in their abilities, just pushing when they feel like pushing it. Their aim is very incredible here.
Yeah, we're gonna see kind of the same thing that Central has been doing with the chamber. Just kind of using him to hold all of the long angles, and the rest of the map can be taken care of by the rest of the team. So it makes him a really good anchor for these types of sites. So I wonder if we'll see a little bit more gameplay like that from Bannable once we switch sides.
Yeah. So looks like we're gonna try to go B this time. Seems like we are playing very close together. I have noticed that ever since the pistol round, we've been playing very close together. Which makes sense, because it's going to be hard to take these fights without having a teammate with you.
I think Central's going to go for the B site now, try and figure out what those things are about. Bannable able to get first blood while lurking mid. He's just got to back off there so we don't lose that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of opportunity for really good entry here. Fortunately, Cloud getting kind of caught alone, but BeefStroganoff able to recover. It looks like it may be rotate from Central, or maybe not. A little bit indecisive.
That's right. They seem to be trying to get different angles here in order to fight off Akron. Shepard unfortunately picking off Hound here. That gun being very oppressive.
I'm gonna be in a 3v2, so I'm hoping Central doesn't go for a complete post plant here, because we do have the operator. We're gonna see just the gun flick to Bannable's head.
Yeah, it is very interesting to see how fast Akron's reaction times are playing this game.
Yeah, and Bimmel's gonna get pinched there.
Yeah, unfortunately. Able to get one before he falls down. So really good again with what we're seeing from CMU, that they're able to hold their ground quite well. Keep them back, even when this is such a strong team that Akron has. So
yeah, and honestly, we haven't been losing our buy rounds. Like, it hasn't been a complete blowout. When we're given like full Vandals, full Phantoms, whatever, like we do make things happen, and it's not like a complete landslide.
Yeah, which is really cool to see here. And we are seeing some impressive shots here from Bimmel again and BeefStroganoff. So I'm hoping that we can keep seeing that.
Looks like Central is kind of defaulting to their mid push and trying times like these. Cloud is going to predict Akron's exact positioning there.
Yeah, through the smoke, which was really cool to see.
CMU displaying a little bit of their map knowledge. It'll be really hard to push through this operator.
Yeah, unfortunately these guns, they are just... You have no chance of going through that doorway. Again, good shots that we were seeing from CMU. Being able to now predict some of the spots where Akron is camping. But yeah, Akron with these long guns, it's really hard to go through these long passageways. And they're CMU's kind of getting stuck of where they don't really know where to go, since Akron's holding all the angles here with their really good guns, so.
Yeah, honestly, I think that leaving Bannable on the chamber to lurk the mid gives CMU a lot bigger of a success, because he can get out of there. He still has long-range weapons no matter what the buy is, so it could be a little bit more of a better idea to kind of leave that to him.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to see Akron be a lot more aggressive here.
Yeah, coming straight into their spawn. Causing CMU to have to kind of push up mid here if they don't want to take these fights.
Yeah, Akron's going to invest in an ult here on a save round against Central. Kind of showing how comfortable they are, especially on this map. And now they're going to just camp the bomb where Bimmel's going to try and have to get as many as he possibly can.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, I 5v1, but I'm really hoping Bimmel can get at least a pick. Oh, and unfortunately cannot. Um, now Akron 7-0 for this, but yeah, we are seeing some really crazy technical skill from Akron here. Yeah, they are very fast at calling these shots, so it's really interesting to see.
Yeah, I would really like to see a little bit more utility from Central because I don't feel like we have seen full optimal usage. And like I said, there's no reason we have to be dry peeking. We have the Yoru blind, we have the Sova things, we have the Astra stock. So I think it would not be a bad idea to completely invest everything we have just to get onto site because I think we can recover in terms of like trading and crossfires. I think our biggest issue is just getting on the site in the first place.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And yeah, it just seems like we're struggling to reach these fights through these corridors, um, and getting the angle before they can.
Yeah, exactly. Totally makes sense why there's a timeout right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're hopefully both teams able to talk things out. I'm hoping we can see a different strategy from Central going into it.
Yeah, honestly, against a team as strong as Akron, I think you should just be trying anything and everything because there's not much to lose there. So we should be seeing this should be an opportunity for Central to try like different combos, like different ways to get in, what works, what doesn't, what do they expect, what don't they expect.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a great opportunity to try some of those weird strategies they've maybe had in their back pocket that they never have known will fully work. Because I think that'll be great.
So we're gonna see.
Cutting through. I'm back.
Yeah, so it looks like they are just moving through to B, just trying to hold their ground here.
Yeah, it looks like we weren't able to get on site because, like I said, that Astra ult can be so hard to counter. And Bimmel, perfect positioning there.
Yeah.
Very ratty.
Very beautiful that Bimmel is really holding his ground against these Akron players. Yeah, and Bannable really doing a good job here of knowing when to use his util and getting that pick there.
Yeah, unfortunately wasn't enough able to get the defuse, but we're seeing them kind of able to adapt and have a better idea of what to expect because I really do think setting Bimmel up for success is great because that Astra ult did get them onto site. It did put them in a good positioning. It was just kind of countering, Akron's utility, but beyond that scope, there's not much we can do. But I think it would be a really good idea to kind of nurture that ults that we have, that we can have. Because you do see Bimmel here on the top of the leaderboard for Central.
I would love to even see Central decide to save up their ults and maybe just go full in util on one of these rounds to see if they can get the win. I would love for Central to win one game here if they can.
Yeah, we're gonna see a trade go off. The bomb's kind of meandering in mid. Definitely a dangerous angle to try and hold. Looks like we're more gonna go towards B after shaking some things up at A.
Yeah, 4v4, still anybody's game. It is interesting how patient Akron is in holding these angles. We see them just holding it for so long, which is something that I have wished that Central has done in the past. So it is really cool to see that discipline there.
Yeah, we see a lot more patience. We see a lot of really good trades happening. Yeah. We're not seeing like a complete blowout, and we're being very careful. And we're gonna try and predict this. BeefStroganoff, he has the feeling. He knows. Yeah. Oh no, he turns around just in time.
You died last.
And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I wish they held the angle a tiny bit longer.
I know. He had the tingle. He knew. But it's just so many other things were going on. And it just goes to show that a lot of Valorant is just timing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. You can have the knowledge. You can have the map knowledge. You can know how to play. But at the end, you're at the hands of timing.
Yep. Yeah, definitely like a little bit of luck in specific spots of Valorant that don't always play out, unfortunately. Looks like we're gonna go through this mid push again.
hopefully we see a little bit more countering to a lot of the ways that Akron likes to hold these balls.
I'll return.
Yeah, looks like we're just trying to push up. Trying to take our space here.
Cloud unable to get them. We're seeing Cloud get very separated from the rest of the team.
Hound able to get a nice pick there.
Missile deployed.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Hound able to get another one before dying. Yeah, we're also noticing, Hound being able to pull off some of these kills as well.
Yeah, I think there needs to just be a little bit more cohesiveness and communication from Central's end. Because on one hand, we are seeing the players perform very well individually, but you still have to kind of think about the team perspective and how a lot of them are getting separated from the rest of the group, even though they may be performing well individually.
Yeah. And it looks like we have another timeout here. I do not know who called it, but either way, both teams can regroup here, figure out a new strategy, and just try to figure stuff out. I think Central definitely needs this time. Yeah, it is 10-0, so we are getting close to match point now. I think Central's really hoping to get one game on here, so maybe they're discussing that and how they can use their util in the best way to win a match.
Yeah, I think if they really prioritize getting that bomb down, like we do have BeefStroganoffs, they could play post plant. Granted, they get a few players of Akron off the board. Yeah, and we have a lot of strong players on the team. It's just kind of setting them up there to do what they do best.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, looks like we're back from our timeout. Looks like Central's gonna try to go for more of a B push here. And Akron is camping out more on A, so this could be beneficial for us to at least get onto site.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of avoid this aggressive push. Since we're just gonna go straight into B, I think we should be a little bit more aggressive here. Not completely waiting out all the util.
Fortunately, Akron having such a good gun here that aim was really beautiful from Akron here too. Oh, Central unfortunately just being picked. Oh, but we were able to recover a tiny bit.
It would be really great if Central could try and maybe reduce the 1v1s that we're seeing here, because just due to experience and aim and stuff like that, it is more likely that Akron will win that 1v1, but it's very unlikely that Akron will win like a 1v2 or a 1v3. Granted, all Central players are looking and on the same page there, so I think that could be a recipe for Central success.
Yeah, and I think Central's struggling to kind of adjust to some of the weird Akron plays. We saw one of their members able to jump in at a weird angle and get two of us just because we really did not expect it.
Really good dart there. That's gonna give away that the aggressive push.
Yeah, is coming. Looks like they're just trying their best here in this corridor.
Yeah, and the interactions are just done in a split second, and Akron's gonna invest another ult just to figure out what the last player is.
Yeah. Really interesting to see like how Akron's handling this all. It seems like they're also kind of having fun with it, knowing the level difference between members. So yeah, it is definitely interesting to see how they're using this util.
Yeah, I really admire Central for kind of keeping a mental when you're down this many rounds, and they're still trying new things.
Yeah.
They're still trying to find a strategy. It's unfortunate that we're going into match point with such a broken buy.
Yeah.
There's not going to be much we can do.
Yeah, this pistol round, it's gonna just really more show, do we know the map better? Do we aim better? And unfortunately, I think this is gonna be really hard for CMU to pull off.
Really good, retreat from Cloud there, not losing a single player. And I wonder if it'll be a little bit harder for Akron to get on the map. And we're gonna see really good shots from Cloud.
Yeah.
And he's gonna show a defense is much more his speed.
BeefStroganoff able to get one. This is
Able
really
to get two.
And now they just need one more member here. Definitely, this is a winnable round for CMU.
Yeah, this could be it.
Yeah.
And it looks like Akron's getting a little bit greedy here. could be a downfall.
Yeah.
Central's expecting it too. He's watching.
Enemy remaining.
Oh. Unfortunately, it's now a 1v1. Bannable, will he be able to get this? Oh, he's really low.
Both players are low.
Yes.
It looks like we're gonna be running to be as fast as we can.
I think good call here. This is quite a humorous turnout here. This 1v1 of cat and mouse. Chasing each other down. CMU desperate to get this win.
You know, both players not really having any information, any idea where each other are, and just like so much pressure on Bannable to perform here as the, you know, the former coach.
And this is just gonna be who is luckier here.
And he's just more ready for the peak.
Yeah.
Now let's get something.
Really unfortunate. That was still really cool to see from Central. We sometimes see them struggle in the pistol round, and I think if that pistol round happened against any other team, we would have wiped the board with them.
Yeah,
So really cool to see that we were able to get so close to winning that pistol round. But yes, so that is our first match.
Yep. And so we're gonna go into the next one when we get back from the break.
Yeah. See you out on Corrode. These teams
We're going straight into Corrode. A little bit of a shorter break than usual. Maybe Central's really feeling it this time. So we're gonna see pretty much the same agents as we have seen. They're a little bit more comfortable on this map, a little bit, you know more what to expect, especially since they played this so many times this season already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am really hoping we can get a win on this map here. Yeah, definitely interesting. CMU said, we're ready to go. Let's hop into this next map. So, it seems like Central still has a lot of their energy here. So I am hoping to see some cool plays. this does give them a really good opportunity to try out some unique strategies on Corrode for other future games. So I'm hoping we can see some of it.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of composition mirrored here. The same Omen, the same Waylay, the same Fade, but we are gonna see a little bit of differential regarding like which Sentinel Akron picked versus us, and we're gonna see a different second initiator. So that'll be interesting to see how it kind of changes their gameplay compared to ours.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, we are on attack again. So we're just gonna be trying to get our stuff onto site, trying to hold site. So let's see how this goes, because we have been performing very well on attack. So
yeah, it's a little bit easier because we're still kind of in like the attacking mindset. So maybe it'll be a little bit easier to adjust as well. We're gonna see immediate aggression from Akron here, trying to take space main, and then we're gonna see Central slowed here, and it's gonna be very oppressive seeing these two agents, Echo and Waylay, work together. Once you have the utility shut down and the movement shut down, there's not much you can do left.
yeah, definitely. And wow, very crazy cleanup from Akron there. Very fast pistol round. We're going into the next. CMU does have the lower economy here, so it's gonna be a struggle. We have seen that when Akron can get these good guns, they're able to use them really well. So it'll be interesting to see this.
That goes for pretty much us too, as well.
Yeah.
As a lot of the times that we saw a full buy against a full buy, we didn't see anything crazy or a crazy wipeout from Akron. They definitely struggled a little bit, so that'll be good to see when we get there.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we have seen some very close matches here, so.
Oh, we're gonna see a lot of lineups from both teams, kind of just showing how much they practice on the map. We're gonna see again that really oppressive Odin.
Oh!
We're gonna see really good shots from Bimmel as well, countering those
Yeah.
crazy sprays that we were seeing.
Wow, that was very beautiful shots from Bimmel there, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see like weapons like that, especially on Corrode, because like I said, a lot of the walls are wall bangable, and it gives you an advantage if you don't even have to see the player that you're gonna kill.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, looks like we're going into our next round. We can try better guns this time, so let's see what a more even matchup will be.
Yeah, looks like we may have forced last round, which I didn't quite catch, so we are going into a save this round against the
I see.
bonus of Akron, which was kind of interesting from Central to choose.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying out new strategies here, because again, this is the time to do it. So, yeah, I did miss that. So, yeah, we are going into more of a save.
That's definitely not typical for the economy in Valorant, and usually only happens if you really feel confident that you could make it an even playing field.
And maybe CMU felt like they needed that aggression here, so. Oh, wow. Very fast reaction time here from Akron.
Yeah, Akron just kind of knew where all three players were despite the smoke being there.
Yeah, oh! And, yeah, getting another smoke.
Bannable able to avenge his teammates at least.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see an actual full buy
Yes.
from Central, so we're probably going to see a lot more of a closer round since, you know, there's not the disadvantage of Morse guns against a really strong team.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I am hoping that we can see some cool moments here from Central as well. And yeah, I do wish that we can see a little bit more util being used, but I think these rounds are just going so fast that it's kind of a struggle to really do anything.
Yeah, no kidding. Akron already has Fatal on the board for whenever they decide that they need it. And we're going to see Akron really gravitating towards kind of these operators and things like that. Like these snipers.
Yeah.
Because they have such good technical skill, it really benefits them to just put themselves up in that position.
Yeah, and Akron, like, setting their teammates up as well. They have been doing a really good job about that. But Cloud able to get Shepard out of here.
Yeah, really good counter there. He just peeked the angle a little bit unusually that Akron couldn't play how they normally do.
Yeah. And Bannable unfortunately dying. You can hear his screams from the other room.
We're gonna see Central just go full into here.
Yep.
The normal push, we're seeing a little bit more util, and like I said, utility sets them up for a lot of these kills.
Beautiful shots from BeefStroganoff and Hound here.
A little bit of a util misusage there from Hound, but we're able to take the site. We still have some left. We need to figure out where these players are. Oh, and we're able to actually take a round this early in the match.
Yes, that's amazing to see. So glad we got to see it. Hey, we are on the scoreboard. That is what matters. So, also already showing that we are more comfortable on Corrode as well.
I would just like to put out that was the most utility usage we saw from Central, and that is the round that they took. So hopefully they make a note of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think a lot of the players ended the round with no utility left, and you might as well just do that.
Yeah. I think they should really save up their util and just throw it all out in one round, because I do think that can really cause them to win here and take these rounds when they can get them.
Hopefully Hound does not choose to peek this alone. Thankfully gonna sit back, maybe remembering how aggressive they can be on aiming.
Yeah. They're a little bit more spread out here, so that is gonna be interesting to see. I'm hoping none of them get pinched. Yeah, and again, Akron really holding these angles, just waiting.
And so we're gonna see them get on the site almost. Still looking for that.
Spike down A.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just moving in.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, and Bug's able to get those cool shots there. Yeah, noticing that Central really kind of just trying to have fun here and play it out, see what they can get from this.
We're seeing the stronger player, Bimmel, just going ham on this gun, unfortunately getting flanked.
Yeah, just getting pinched there, but able to get off, pick off some of the Akron people.
So we're gonna be kind of in a broken bye here, nothing serious for Central. Still can make do with it.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna see a typical play from like a chamber player where you don't actually buy but use your ultimate, and since Bimmel has been able to get a few kills here and there, he's gonna have that online and he might as well just use it.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I'm hoping that CMU, we are gonna see a lot of util here, a lot of oppressive force. Looks like they're running in.
A little bit of messy aim there from Akron, something very uncharacteristic.
With multiple players getting picked. Oh, beautiful shots from Bimmel.
That's gonna close out that round. Really good effort though.
Yeah, we're seeing some really fun teamwork here from the team. Just running around and stuff. And just trying to see what they can do. Looks like we are about to go in. It is 5-1, so doing okay here. It looks like we're gonna go maybe more towards A.
Yeah, I would like to kind of see us stay away from mid for the rest of the season. I don't want to see that anymore. You don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah, so looks like we are going to go A. And yeah, I'm glad we're avoiding mid here too, because we know how Akron is on those long angles.
And honestly, any team, but it looks like we're a little bit more accustomed to this, because like we saw Bannable shooting that lineup, and that gives Akron just a little bit less info than they would on the typical round.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready to take out some members here. Yeah, we're seeing some crazy shots here from Bug.
Pretty good gameplay gun-wise from both Bimmel and Stroganoff, able to get some chip damage here and there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we definitely are seeing some really good aim here from CMU. And it looks like we're just keep moving along. Every game feels very fast-paced here. It seems like we're just trying to go in and have some fun, see what we can do, see if we can outgun them.
Yeah, we're gonna have two ultimates on the board that we can possibly enter site with. We're gonna see the timeout called. We're gonna see hopefully like an actual revision of strategies here, because like I said, the round they did the best on is when they used the most utility. So I haven't really seen that since.
Mhm.
And, we're going into this with a full buy. So I think we have the best shot using the K all here, going B, playing it slow just in case they have that aggressive play as they normally do, and then just going full all in.
Yeah, definitely. And I do wonder if that's why they called this timeout here, to see if they can try to lock in here and win another round. But yeah, looks like we're just gonna regroup. We're gonna talk about some stuff. So I'm hoping that we can see at least something different from Central here. Yeah, it is interesting with them being on attacking both this map and last map. We're just seeing like a lot of similar plays from what we saw last time on it.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see Bannable use his ult in kind of an aggressive way, maybe as like a flank to go somewhere that Akron wouldn't expect. Like instead of using it as kind of like a lifeline, because they would lose bomb and stuff like that. Looks like Bimmel really using that gun there, trying to get any chip damage that he can. Akron's gonna be running to be off so much presence.
Oh, wow, there is just, again, so much util happening here.
And they're being able to counter from literally across the map. But we're able to get that gun down.
Yeah.
Bimmel getting traded. There's still 3 players. Stroganoff able to res Hound.
Yep. And wow, we are just moving through. There's a lot happening. Oh. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to be able to get that defuse. Yeah, I think CMU did kind of realize that if they run in with a lot of their util, they can try to get another win. And unfortunately, they were just not able to do it there. But yeah, so this is gonna, we're just gonna go into another round. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have as much util this round. So, hopefully we can try to out a different strategy here.
Honestly, I don't even know if I would buy a gun. I think you should just use the credits that you have on utility, because that's really the only thing that would push Akron back, in a sense. Like, they can't just completely delete a flash and stuff like that. So, it could be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
We're still extremely gun-centered. And
looks like we are doing that mid-push here.
Yeah, doing that strange mid-push that we like doing.
Yeah. But hey, I agree, like, this is a time for CMU to try stuff out. Maybe they want to try this mid-push again. Unfortunately, it does not seem to be working out. Bimmel able to get one, though. And Hound.
Last player standing.
And just like that, Akron again. 8-1. So glad that we got on the board, though, here. We are trying to hold off these fights as best as we can. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you can really tell that a lot of the deciding factor for a lot of these is just the aim and putting CMU in these 1v1s that they're just not well equipped for. And, we have no idea the difference in what they practice with, what they do. So it's just a lot harder against a team like this who, feels really predictable, but when put in a situation, become very unpredictable very quick.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bimmel getting early there. Yeah, it looks like, again, Akron having so much map knowledge.
Yeah, and you've noticed, like, kind of every round they also have so much map control. You see them take mid and B main, or they see B main and A main. Like, they don't give Central a lot of space to work with, especially when they do things like that, like spraying through the smoke. Almost 2 players at all time from Akron have the Odin.
Yeah, and that Odin is so oppressive here. And Akron knows it, so they're just going ham with it. And we are getting closer and closer to match point here. Looks like we might not be seeing that third map this time. But I am hoping in the future that we will get to go to that third map.
That works.
Yeah, I would like to see, like, a really good, even game between Central and some other team where it's, like, super close and it's down to the wire and we're on the third map.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Yeah, I do feel like we definitely saw a lot of those last season. So I am definitely interested in some of the schools we will be going up against soon. But yeah, it looks like we're calling another timeout here. We might be trying something again. trying to maybe put all of our util in again to see if we can get one more round off the board. And we might as well use our timeouts. And, you know, give ourselves a little bit of break. I mean, it can kind of hurt your mental here, losing round after round. So I'm glad that Central is really taking the time to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, the mental resilience to take a beating like this is definitely astounding.
Yeah, definitely. And I am glad that Central is really taking this well. We're hearing them laughing outside the room. I think they did know what this would kind of maybe happen going into this, and I think they're just trying to have fun with it, trying to play around, trying to see what they can do against Akron. So I'm glad that they're keeping up their morale.
You know, and this is just a little bit of knowledge about what to expect from Akron, you know, in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, and looks like Akron's already trying to get those smoke shots again. Luckily not successful this time.
Honestly, like the first few pieces of utility from Akron that I've seen since ever.
Yeah, I have been noticing that Akron doesn't use the util nearly as much in these games. Which I don't really blame them, since they seem like they have been practicing on their aim more here.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of watching a CS game.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing a lot more gunplay than util, which is why I think when Central really piles up their util and goes in, it kind of throws Akron off a little bit.
Yeah, because like I said, you can't shoot every piece of utility. You can't. You have to counter. You have to look away. You have to back off. But Central just isn't in the utility mood, I suppose.
Yeah. And Akron really not even giving CMU the space sometimes to even get a lot of that util out. Akron really being oppressive, really pushing in sometimes. So it's like, yeah, insta gunfights here. Like Central not having that much time to react before they're all getting picked off.
And there's so much damage on all of them. The decay, the mark.
Yeah, just like Akron throwing everything at them. Very fast round here.
Bit of a juxtaposition. We saw so much utility from
yeah.
Akron there.
Yeah, seems like they just wanted to go in for a full wipe there. A very interesting call from them.
Yeah, it shows you kind of how strong you can be in a game like this when you master both gunplay and utility. When you know both, like, you are unstoppable, and Akron is a really good display of that. Gonna go into the pistol round though, a little bit more even ground.
Yeah. Definitely. So I'm gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to see this because we did have one pistol round where we were very close to winning. We have seen others where we've gotten kind of wiped out here. So I'm really hoping that Central can get some of these shots. Yeah, and Central just building anticipation here.
I'm noticing.
Oh,
we're gonna go for
a knife fight.
So let's see if Central's a little bit better at this.
This is a full knife fight. You want to try to, I think, you want to hit the back or front more.
You do more damage if you hit from the back.
Okay.
You go right click.
So we just see everybody going full out knives. This is quite humorous here. Unfortunately, Akron winning that.
Yeah, I think that was communicated ahead of time because I noticed that they all bought regen shield and no other guns.
Yeah, I was wondering.
So I wonder if it'll be a repeat again. We're seeing the same kind of buy.
And this is match point. So, yeah, maybe they're just going straight into another knife fight. I don't know how much practice Central has on knife fights.
I don't think we're very experienced.
I don't think Akron
Whoa! Foul play from BeefStroganoff. What is this?
What did he do?
He bought a gun.
He bought a gun?
He bought a gun.
Is he gonna use it? Is he gonna be dirty?
He's gonna be such a disgrace.
They're teaming up.
Good. Get that off.
Oh my god. Akron playing very well teamwork with this knife fight. It is pure chaos here. This is not something you see every day, folks, so really take this in.
Yeah, it looks like Bannable able to get two there.
Yeah,
Cloud's just running for his life.
Just distracting them for as long as possible.
I don't think Bannable...
Oh
my god, he does!
They're letting them have 1v1s here. It is now just Bannable 25 HP against this other person. If Bannable gets hit once, he's dead. Will Akron be able to win it? Oh!
Attackers win.
Oh my gosh. Amazing to
Slow-mo
see.
of Bannable falling.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Yeah, it shows that CMU has taken this in stride. And that Akron is too. So really cool to see here.
Yeah.
Really fun round.
It's nice to see the sportsmanship from Akron because even though it was like a really like big difference in terms of skill and stuff, they weren't being toxic, they weren't being mean. Like it's really nice to see like that solidarity that like, hey, we're two collegiate esports programs, we should be friends.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we got to see a knife fight. Got to see 2 knife fights, which was really cool. The second one being very close. So
Yeah, would have been funny if that was our second round.
I think CMU needs to practice their knife fights more.
Not Bannable though.
Not
Got
Bannable.
it.
Not
Got
Bannable.
it.
He's
He
good on
got
his
it.
knife fight. So yeah, thank you for watching this very humorous game. We're glad you stuck around, even though we were unfortunately losing this whole time. But yeah, we got to see a very fun game here.
Yeah, you might see an even better one on Tuesday next
Yes.
week, so we'll see you then.
Yeah, please tune in. Goodbye. Have a good night.